If you're thinking about moving to Lancaster, California in 2026, here's something most people don't realize. While home prices in most of LA County have flatlined, and even Palmdale prices have actually gone down this year, Lancaster is doing the opposite. Prices here are about 4% year over year. So what is going on? Why is Lancaster heating up while everywhere else cools off? And does that mean you should buy here now or wait? I'm Jennifer Espinoza with Casa Espinoza Homes, and I'm a local real estate agent here in the Antelope Valley. And in this video, I'm giving you the completely unfiltered truth about moving to Lancaster in 2026, what homes actually cost, the real cost of living, the schools, the commute to LA, the neighborhoods you should be looking at, and the ones to think twice about, the good and the bad, and the stuff most agents won't tell you. So if you're seriously researching this move, stick with me. This is a video I wish every buyer watched before calling me. And before we get into it, real quick, every single week I have families just like you reaching out because they're tired of paying rent, their lease is up, or they're finally ready to buy their first home and they still have no clue where to start. Some of them are 6 weeks out, some of them are 6 months out, and a lot of them just want to ask questions in English or Spanish without getting a sales pitch. If that's where you're at, my contact info is in the description below. Send me a text or an email or fill out the form on my website. I personally answer every single message. We can even hop on a free 15-minute call. You can ask me anything. And there's zero pressure. Don't forget to subscribe. Yo también hablo español. Así que si te sientes más cómodo en español, mándame un mensaje. Con mucho gusto te ayudo. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start with the number you actually came here for. What does a house in Lancaster really cost in 2026? Right now, the median sales price in Lancaster is sitting around $475,000. And here's the thing nobody talks about. Lancaster prices are actually up about 4% from last year, while Palmdale just down the road has cooled off. Lancaster is heating up. Homes are sitting in the market for about 48 to 50 days on average, which still gives you negotiating room, but it's tightening. 6 months from now, the conversation might look very different. Now compare that to LA County, where the median home is still right around $910,000. That means a house in Lancaster costs you about 52% of what an LA County home costs. You're literally getting almost double the house for the same money. Same school year, same commute window, same paycheck. That's why so many of my clients are moving to Lancaster are normally coming from Sylmar, San Fernando, North Hollywood, even South LA. They're not chasing a new city. They're chasing the only city in Southern California where a working family can still afford a 4-bedroom with a yard. But the price tag isn't the whole story. Because in Lancaster, you're also dealing with property taxes, possible Melrose in newer neighborhoods, a summer electric bill that humble you, and a commute that, depending on where you work, can either be totally manageable or completely brutal. We'll get into all that, don't worry. Let's jump over to pro number 1. It's the most affordable real city left in LA County. Lancaster's median sale price of $475,000 is about $35,000 less than Palmdale right now. And honestly, when you look at LA County as a whole, Lancaster is one of the only cities where a first-time buyer with an average income can realistically own a home. Not a condo, not a townhouse, an actual single-family home with a driveway and a backyard. That's almost unheard of in California in 2026. Pro number 2, West Lancaster is one of the best-kept secrets in the AV. If you've been told Lancaster is rough, somebody gave you outdated information. West Lancaster, especially the areas closer to Court Hills around 30th West and out toward Avenue L, is beautiful. We're talking about newer construction, well-maintained neighborhoods, larger lots, and access to some of the best schools in the entire Antelope Valley. The Westside Union School District feeds into Quartz Hills High School, which consistently outranks most schools in the AV. If you buy in the right West Lancaster pocket, your kids are getting a school experience comparable to a much more expensive area. Pro number 3, the downtown Lancaster Boulevard is actually cool now. This is something a lot of out-of-area people don't know. Lancaster invested heavily in revitalizing its downtown. The boulevard on Lancaster Boulevard has restaurants, breweries, weekly farmer markets, live music on weekends, the boulevard cruise events, and real walkable downtown vibe. It's not LA. It's not trying to be, but for a desert city, it has more character and more going on than people expect. It's actually a place you can take a date night, walk around, and just have a good time. Pro number 4, first-time buyer programs stretch further here because home prices in Lancaster are lower than almost anywhere else in California. Programs like CalHFA, My Home, and FHA go a lot further. I have helped families buy homes in Lancaster with little as $3,000 to $5,000 out of pocket using down payment assistance. You don't need 20% down. You don't even need 10. In a lot of cases, you don't even need 3% of your own money. If you've been told you're not ready to buy, you might be more ready than you actually think. And Lancaster is one of the markets where that math actually works. Pro number 5, VA loans and Edwards AFB make this a military stronghold. Edwards Air Force Base is just 25 miles up the road. Plus, you have aerospace contractors all over AV, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Skunk Works, Boeing, and Palmdale. If you're an active duty or a veteran, your VA loan benefit goes incredibly far in Lancaster. 0 down payment, no PMI, competitive interest rates, and homes within an easy commute of base. I work with a lot of military families up here, and Lancaster is consistently the best value for that buyer. Okay, now the part most agents skip, because if I'm being real with you, Lancaster has some serious drawbacks too. And if you don't know about them before you buy, you're going to regret this move. So here we go. Con number 1, the LA commute is the single biggest issue here. If you have to commute to LA County for work, you need to be honest with yourself about what that actually means for you. The 14 freeway from Lancaster to anywhere south of Santa Clarita is going to take you about 75 to 100 minutes each way on a normal weekday morning. Add on an accident or weather, and you're looking at 2 hours each way. That's 4 hours of your life every single workday. The Metrolink Antelope Valley line is a great alternative if your job is downtown. It runs from Lancaster to the Union Station, and you can work or sleep on the ride. But if you're driving every day to a job in Burbank, the West Side, or anywhere off a Metrolink stop, that commute will burn you out in 18 months. I've seen it happen. So if you're a daily LA commuter, you need to test drive that route at 6:30 a.m. on a Tuesday before you sign anything. Con number 2, East Lancaster versus West Lancaster is a real difference. Lancaster is not one city. It's a bunch of very different neighborhoods, and the gap between West Lancaster and parts of East Lancaster is significant. West Lancaster, especially out towards Quartz Hills, has a lot of newer homes, better schools, higher property values, quieter streets. And East Lancaster has more affordable homes, but you also are dealing with older housing stock, some areas where higher crime stats, and schools that perform below the West Side. None of this is a secret. None of it is racist. It's just a neighborhood level reality. And if you're not working with someone who knows the streets, you can absolutely buy in the wrong pocket and regret it. Con number 3, the heat and the wind would test you in Lancaster because it is a high desert. In July and August, we're hitting at 100 to 110 degrees regularly. your AC will run nonstop, and your summer electric bill, depending on the size of your house and the insulation, can run $300 to $600 a month. That's a real cost of living factor that nobody puts in a brochure. And the wind, Lancaster gets serious wind, especially in spring. 40 to 60 mile an hour gusts kicking up dust and tumbleweeds are completely normal here. And if you're moving from somewhere mild like Long Beach or Pasadena, this is going to feel like a different climate, because it is. Con number 4, Mello-Roos in newer neighborhoods. Just like Palmdale, certain newer neighborhoods in Lancaster carry Mello-Roos special tax assessments. We're talking another $100 to $400 a month on top of your mortgage and regular property taxes. It's not a scam. It pays for schools, parks, and infrastructure in those developments. But if your lender doesn't show you the full monthly payment with Mello-Roos included, you can absolutely walk into a payment that is $300 or $400 higher than you budgeted. Always ask, is there Mello-Roos on this property? How much? And when does it expire? Con number 5, limited job market inside Lancaster itself. Most of the high-paying jobs in the AV are in aerospace, healthcare, education, or logistics. If you're not in one of those fields and you're not remote, your job is probably in LA County, which loops you back to con number 1, the commute. So before you buy in Lancaster, the first question to ask yourself is, where would I actually work and how am I getting there? So who is Lancaster actually a good fit for in 2026? Lancaster is the right move if you're a first-time buyer who's been priced out of LA County and you need the most affordable real city option left in Southern California. Lancaster is the right move if you work remote or hybrid, or if your job is local in the AV, in aerospace, or at Edwards AFB. Lancaster is the right move if you're a military veteran using your VA benefit and you want to stretch the loan as far as possible. And Lancaster is the right move if you're a family that values space, value, and a tight-knit community over LA proximity. Lancaster is probably not the right move if you have to be in downtown LA or the west side 5 days a week in person with no flexibility. The commute will eat you alive. It's also not the right move if you are someone who really needs walkability, beach access, or a dense city lifestyle. Lancaster is suburban with desert character. That's a future for some buyers and a deal breaker for others. You have to know which one you are before you sign that 30 years of mortgage paperwork. And if you're seriously considering this move, here's a 3-step process I walk every one of my clients through before we ever look at house. Step 1, get pre-approved with a local lender who knows the Antelope Valley, not a big bank in another state. A local lender who knows Mello-Roos, knows the school boundaries, and can run your numbers with the actual monthly cost of owning here, including taxes, insurance, and assessments. That number is the only number that matters. Anything less than that is a fantasy. Step 2, drive the commute. If your job is in LA, drive from the Lancaster neighborhood you're considering to your actual job at the actual time you'd be commuting. Tuesday morning, 6:30 a.m., not Saturday at 10 p.m. That drive will tell you everything you need to know about whether this move is sustainable for your life. Step 3, spend a real weekend in Lancaster, not just an afternoon for a showing, a whole weekend. Eat at the boulevard, visit the parks, drive through the neighborhoods at night, go to a high school football game if it's the season. Get a feel for the rhythm of life here, because the prices and the data only tell you part of the story. The rest, you have to feel. So here's the honest truth about Lancaster in 2026. Prices are up around 4% year over year. You can still buy a 4-bedroom for around $475,000. West Lancaster is generally beautiful. The Boulevard is a real downtown, and first-time buyers programs work incredibly well here. But the commute to LA is real. East and West Lancaster are different worlds. The heat and the wind are no joke, and Mello-Roos can blindside you in your neighborhoods. The neighborhood you choose matters more than the city you choose. If that mix sounds right for your family, Lancaster might generally be the move that changes your life. And if it doesn't, that's also worth knowing now, before you spend those 6 months house hunting in the wrong place. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, Lancaster sounds great, but I keep hearing about Palmdale and Court Hills too, and I don't know which one is actually right for me. I made a video just for you, and it's called Palmdale versus Lancaster, the honest truth no one tells you, and I break down both cities side by side. Prices, commute, lifestyle, all of it. It's pinned on my channel, and I'll link it right here on the screen. And in the description below, watch that one next, and you'll have everything you need to make this decision with total confidence. And of course, if you're ready to start looking at homes or you just have questions, my info is in the description below. Text me, email, whatever's easier for you. I answer every message personally in English or Spanish. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.